everyone, today I'll be reviewing this brand new Netflix original movie just dropped on Netflix called A Jazzman's Blues. And this movie, it is written and directed by Tyler Perry. And I was watching some of his interview and he said he's been working on this movie, or should I say he's been writing this movie for the last 27 years. He said that on his Twitter feed. When I was looking at it, I'm like, ooh. So I guess this is one of his passion project. And this movie, when you watch this movie, you can tell this movie, it is very beautifully shot. It's really very pretty movie to look at. And all the acting in this movie is really superb, from all the actor and the direction in this movie. It is quite, also it's okay, it's not mind-blowing or anything, but I think the direction is really good. The way he told the story about this, the racial tension back then in the South. Of course, all this race-based movie takes place in South. That is like, I find it very, always very amazing how they always start from there. And I thought, yeah, this movie, so the way it looked, and it really looked beautiful. Overall, I also really enjoyed this movie. I thought this movie, it is very enjoyable and definitely very engaging. However, this movie does have a tragic ending. When you watch it, you are like, oh, it's really sad. And this movie, the way it told the story, you can see Tyler Perry, he tried to touch base everything. He tried to, cover everything in this movie, like every color. I guess in this movie, there is also Ryan Eagles, who we know him from, he's in, come on, that huge, the Blacklist. He's from Blacklist. He's a good actor, but he is American, and in this movie he's playing this Jew character, and his accent is really, it was ridiculous. What was his accent was even about? I didn't. None of this actor, their accent is like very southern, I would say. Like I guess people can do accent over there for some reason. I think only people are good at accent, I would say. All this like English actor and actresses, however, they are really good at it. But all this actor and actresses, their southern accent was really coming and going, although they are good in the role. And this center actor, Joshua Boone, his acting, I found his acting to be really like it's not about like groundbreaking or anything, but it he was just okay in this movie. I think the way Tyler Perry directed him, like he couldn't give a great performance, I felt like, at the end of this movie. Like the way his character is written. And of course, always Tyler Perry's movies are, like there's always message about it. Like, because I see all his movie, the only reason I checked out this movie because I saw it's directed by Tyler Perry, and I do respect him as an artist. He's really done a lot. Like he has this huge empire he built in Georgia. I think he has this huge studio there, and I was watching one day the studio tour. He has done a lot. Of course, he's doing his passion project. Of course, this movie does have a underlying message about something that I don't want to say it in this video, but I was really laughing at this movie. I'm like, I'm not laughing, this movie isn't good. I'm laughing about this overall, this movie. What was he trying to say? Because end of this movie, you can see the Leon actually got, what was his name? Joshua's name. I totally forgot. In this movie, Liana actually, Bayu, his name. End of this movie, you see, spoiler warning if you've not seen this movie. End of this movie, you see Liana actually basically got Bayu killed end of this movie, and I was like, oh, that is what this movie is about. Like this girl, she somehow got him killed and they tried to bury him again. This movie takes place 1940, and back then it is possible people are like that back then. Like I'm not gonna say why they're like that, because it's back then, and maybe still in these days people are like that still. So what can you say or do? But still, the way he portray all this character in this movie, they are very subtle. It's not in your face. That is what I liked about this movie. I actually liked this movie. I just didn't like overall what this movie was about, because I have seen this kind of story before. I guess that means that, of course, in this movie you see like how that scene is definitely Netflix asked Tyler Perry to put it in this one of the scene where Ryan Eagle, he starts saying stuff like how it was him for him in Germany, and I was if you have seen if you are watching Netflix movie, they will put this kind of scene and you feel like it's came out of nowhere, and that's what I felt Ryan Eagle to one of his scene when he was talking about Germany in this movie. I was like, ooh, that is Netflix made him put that. Still, this movie, I think this movie can be for anybody watch it, and it is still very entertaining. It's definitely worth checking actually, although the story isn't anything new. But I could say it is very entertaining. It was, but it's not going to be for everyone. I could see some people are getting mad at this movie. I personally really liked. Probably because I do always like checking out Tyler Perry. As I was saying, I do respect him as an artist, and that was my thought on this movie. Let me know in the comment what do you think about this movie, and if you enjoyed this review, don't forget my other reviews. Especially I saw another movie. It's called Lou. It was actually quite good. Don't forget to check out that review on that movie. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. Until I see you next time, please take care.